Hi, I'm Brett with SeeVirtual Marketing and Photography. I'm going to show you a program that will allow you to place orders quickly and efficiently on our new online shopping cart and storefront. So the first thing to do is to download a program called Roboform, and to get Roboform all you need to do is go to www.roboform.com. Roboform is a free program. There is a paid version, or a pro version they call it, if you want more features, but the free version works very well. You can use it for any website or any forms that you have to fill out, but I'll show you the application based on placing an order with SeeVirtual. So we're just going to go to the download button and click download, and we will download the Roboform version 6.10.1. So I'll just click the download button and I'll jump through the Windows hoops here of running and installing and passing the security. So it's just downloading now. And once it's done downloading, it will ask me probably if I want to run it again and install. Just wait a second here. So I'll hit the run button again. And here I'm going to agree to the standard terms and conditions of any application, and I'm choosing the English language here. I'll hit next. I'll choose to install it for all users on the program. If you just want to install it for yourself, you can check that off here. And I'll hit next. And it says it must close Internet Explorer in order to install it, because it is a toolbar that will get installed for Internet Explorer. So I'll just go ahead and hit yes, and it will close that down. And here it's going to ask me for a master password, and this is going to be the password that will secure all the information I'm going to put in Roboform, which will be used to fill out forms on the internet. So even though you're automating it, it still is secured within Roboform, and in order for people to actually view your information or use your information in a form, they'd have to type in the mastered password. So I'm just going to pick a password here. And hit OK. And so it started up Internet Explorer again, and it's probably just taking me to a confirmation page from Roboform saying that it has been installed. Yeah, so it says it's now complete. And so you'll see here that a new toolbar has showed up for Internet Explorer. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on Setup Form Filling here. And I'll put my name in here and my country, Canada. And here's where I'm putting in the information that will be used to fill out the form. So I'm just going to quickly go through and choose my title. There's my name, which is pulled from the last form or last two fields I just filled out. My job title, my phone number, so I'll just punch that in. And my extension. My home, I could put my cell phone in there too. Any information that you find yourself having to repeat for placing orders with SeeVirtual, you'll just need your basic home phone or the phone number filled out here. Your email address, you want to fill that out because that is required, and it's required on most places on the internet. Anything else on here you do not require for placing an order with us, so just that on the first page. Then we're going to want to fill out your business information, so you put your company name here. And that is about it for the company information that you'll need. This will be your billing address. Most of you it'll be the office. You can put your home or office. For us it doesn't really matter. Either one will work. And then the city, the province, and the postal code. And then I'm going to go to the credit card tab. And here you're going to put in the type of card, so Visa, MasterCard. Put in the card number, so I'll just put in a generic card number. The validation code, that's the CVC code on the back. You will need to enter that. The expiration date of the card, so put that in there as well. And that is all you'll need for the card information. Bank account, you won't need that for SeeVirtual. Authentication, you won't need any of that. You will need to put in some information here, and this is just to save yourself some time when you are filling out orders. So for the field here, we're gonna tell it to insert some custom values or ignore some values. So for here, the first one we're gonna put is contact person, and we're gonna tell it to put a field value of nothing. So we're gonna tell it to leave it blank, and we're also gonna do it for contact phone as another match string, and I'll just make sure that it doesn't say contact person and contact phone. We're going to tell it to also ignore the fields that have location and the fields that have co-list. And this is just telling it that instead of putting your information anywhere that it says person or phone number or location or name, not to put it in any of the fields that are preceded with contact person, contact phone, location, or co-list. And that's just so that your home address or your business address, whatever one you enter, doesn't get entered in the location of the property where you're placing the order. That the contact person, if it's not you, if it's going to be the vendor or an assistant or someone else who's going to be responsible for booking the appointment, that your information isn't filled out there. Same thing with your phone number. And if it's a co-list property, that your information isn't put in any of the co-list fields. So that's all this custom tab is doing, is just telling it to ignore those fields and not fill in your information. So now that we're done, I'm just going to go ahead and hit the save button. And we can just go to the summary page, and that gives me a summary of the information I filled out on all these tabs here. So just check it over, make sure everything's okay. And once that's done, you can close this window. So I'm going to go back to our home page. There it is. And I'm going to click on Order a Virtual Tour, and that's going to take me to the new storefront. And here I'm going to select Virtual Tours and Photography. And here I'm just going to pick a tour, a package that we offer, and here's just a list of all the different services. We have floor plan services, some additional services like photo books, the online advertising that you can do on our website, as well as e-signatures with e-sign online. So here I'm just going to pick the Home 360 package with 2,000 square feet of measuring. And here I can overview the product, and I'm just going to hit Add to Cart. And that's going to add it to my shopping cart. Now here, if I didn't want to order anything else with this order, I'd be ready to fill out all the information. And as you see, there's a bunch of fields that we're asking for to place an order so that we have everything we need in order to fulfill the order for you. You'll see that it's up here on the Roboform toolbar. My name, that's where I filled out my name at the beginning, shows up, and here I can just tell it to fill forms. So I click this button if it wasn't showing. So if it wasn't showing, all I'd have to do is roll over it, or I can click on it. If I click on it, it's going to give me a message that contact person, contact phone, and location are going to be overridden, and that's just the custom field. So we can tell it to ignore that. And it's also giving me a warning here that it's filling out my credit card information. And this is just to make you aware that your credit card and validation code has been used on this page. So if you're using Roboform for any other websites, It can be a good idea to have turned on so that it's warning you when your credit card information will be submitted. If you're comfortable enough with the sites that you're on or our site, you can always tell it to turn this message off. I'll just go ahead and leave it on for now. And you'll see that it has taken the information that I've entered in Roboform and filled out all the fields for me. So company name, address, city, province or state, the zip or postal code. We have the country, we've got the phone number, we have the email address. Here it's left the contact person blank and the contact phone blank, and that's because we told it to ignore those fields in the custom tab. Same thing with the location, address, and city. It hasn't put your information in there for the address and city fields. And here down below you'll notice that it's also left the co-list information blank. It has filled out the credit card information, so the credit card type, credit card number, the CVC code, and your expiration month and year. So the only thing that you would be required when you were to place an order with us, just select what you want, and then you just need to tell us the specifics about that order. So who's the person that we'll be contacting to place the to make the appointment to go in and shoot the house or do the measuring. Now if that's going to be you, you could just leave that custom tab blank or don't put in the contact person or contact phone, and your information will be filled out automatically there, and you just need to tell us which person or the type of person who the contact is. So if it's the vendor or a renter, we're just aware ahead of time of who we are contacting. If there's a backup person or a second person we need to contact, you can fill out that information here. You'll need to put in the location of the property and the city of the property, of course. Here, all we're asking is if you want the photographer to use their discretion in taking the photos, or if you would like to specify them, or if you'll be on site in order to direct the photographer. So just choose one of those. And if you do want to specify for us because you won't be there, you can go ahead and fill out the still photo shots and the 360 panorama shots. So you can select for both of those if you want us to do it and choose, or if it's going to be up to you. Any special instructions about the view or the property or something that our photographers or floor plan people need to pay attention to, that can be filled out there. The image for the virtual tour, that's if you want your photo to show, if you want your company logo to show. If you haven't sent us one yet, you can just let us know that you will be emailing a photo or logo into us to put up on your virtual tour page. The presentation title, so if that's you can let us choose that based on the descriptions we pull from MLS, or if you want to specify what it says, you can enter that here. If there's a description other than what you've entered on MLS, that can be put in here. If there's any other special instructions, you can fill them out here. Here, if you'd like, if you don't have this information, it's okay because we always check for it, but you can put in the MLS, the price, the number of bedrooms, and square footage. If it's a private listing, obviously we'd need that information as it's not being put on MLS. Again, if you're co-listing, you can fill out the co-list information that you'd like to show up on the virtual tour. And I think that's about it. So you would just go ahead and review the terms and conditions there, and I'll just change this to a future year. So review the terms and conditions, and once you're okay, you can hit the checkout button. And here it'll take you to an order confirmation page. So the order hasn't been placed yet. It's just giving you an overview of what you've ordered and how much you will be charged. So it'll tell you what you'll be charged. And once you've reviewed that and you're okay with it, you just go ahead and hit the place order button. And here, because I put in a false credit card information, obviously it's not allowing the credit card to process. In your case, it would say, thank you, this order has been completed and placed, and then you can click the finish button, which will take you back to the home page. So that's Roboform. Again, here you'll see that it's asking for information. So if I were to hit this button or hit the fill forms here, it's going to go ahead and fill out the form, and it's warning me the credit card's there. So that's Roboform. Pretty quick to set up. Really great and efficient for use on the internet, especially if there's other sites where you always need to put in a name or username and password. Roboform can store all that information for you. So essentially when you log into your computer, you give it the master password to enable Roboform, and then you can just hit basically fill form every time you come to a form, and your information will be put in automatically. If you have any questions about Roboform, please don't hesitate to send us an email or give us a call. You can reach us at 604-575-1244, or you can email us at info@SeeVirtual360.com. Have a great day!